What's going on YouTube? I just hopped on now. So just waiting for some more people to get in here. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions that you have about selling on Amazon. And so I'm live on both TikTok and YouTube. So I'll be taking questions from both and then answering those for you guys. So you have a question? Yeah, go ahead. No question. Okay, no worries, no worries. Yeah, so guys, feel free to ask any sort of questions. We're live on both YouTube and TikTok. So, hey, do you do FBA or FPM? I'm 100% FBA. What about liquidation pallets? I don't necessarily recommend them, especially for selling on Amazon. I don't recommend them because a lot of times it's going to be used stuff or damaged stuff. So, not worth it for selling on Amazon. Potentially if you're selling on like eBay or something or like a Facebook marketplace, but I have never purchased them personally. Yes, I am. Thank you. And so we are live on both YouTube and TikTok right now, guys. So ask those questions and I'll be answering on both platforms. And if you are in the YouTube live, please give this a thumbs up. It really helps me to grow the YouTube live, and that would be awesome. Is Amazon FBA like drop shipping? No, it's I mean, it's like drop shipping in the sense that you're selling something. But the big difference is with Amazon FBA, you own all the inventory prior to shipping it out to a customer, whereas drop shipping, you don't own the inventory before shipping it to a customer. So definitely different, but same in the sense of you're still selling something online on Amazon. How much do I recommend someone starting out with? So I recommend if you're going to start an Amazon FBA business, I recommend starting with at least $1,000 to invest in inventory. The more that you have to invest, the better, because you'll be able to scale your business a lot quicker. But at least $1,000 to invest in inventory is ideal. Using a combination of prep centers and FBA, are you ever coming in to contact with the items? No. So if you're using prep centers and FBA, you don't have to touch the inventory. The only time that you would is if you're getting your inventory returned back to you after it's been returned by the customer, then you would see it at that point. But if the sale goes through, everything's smooth, and the customer doesn't return the item, then you'll never see that item. So it's a very hands-off business in that sense when you are using prep centers and the Fulfillment by Amazon program. Just waiting for some more questions to come through, guys. Hello, truck. What's going on? Don't the prep centers take the return to re-prep them, then send them back to FBA? There are prep centers that will do that, but what happens if the product is not resellable? Then that's the time when you would actually get it sent back to you. Now, with that being said, you could get everything sent back to prep centers. If it's something that's unsellable, then you can ask them to just like donate it or dispose of it. You can also do that directly from Amazon as well. So from where we can source our products for UK market. Yeah, so if you click the link in my bio or link down below, there is a program called Tactical Arbitrage, and it works in the UK. So you can do search through UK retailers, and you'll be able to find products to sell on Amazon. Thank you for your videos. Yeah, thank you for being here and for watching. How to appeal for property infringement on Amazon. So yeah, I recommend if you get one of those, if you get an IP claim, submit your receipts and everything that they ask for, and submit your appeal. As long as you have a legitimate receipt, then you shouldn't have any issues. How much did I sell in my first year of selling on Amazon? So that was 9 years ago now. So in my first year, 9 years ago, I did $30,000 in sales. So my business has grown significantly since then, obviously, but yeah, at that time, 30,000 in sales, and I was selling no, I was just selling graphing calculators. So I was selling Texas Instruments TI-83 Plus, TI-84 Plus, TI-84 Plus Silver Edition. So those were like my three products, all the same product, but just different variations of it. What's the best way to sell on Amazon Australia from Canada? I've never sold on Amazon Australia, so I haven't personally done it. Um, but my guess would be it would be similar to how you can sell on Amazon.com from Canada, and that would be to find a prep center in Australia, find retailers in Australia that you can purchase from, purchase the products within Australia, send them to directly to a prep center. From the prep center, it will go to an Amazon FBA warehouse in Australia. If they even have that, I'm assuming they would, but I'm not 100%. If they didn't, then you could get the prep center to deal with all your FBM orders and have them ship it out for you. So that would be kind of the way I would guess you would do it. But as I said, I have never personally sold on Amazon Australia. Yeah, no problem at all. Thank you for being here. Can you guys please give it a thumbs up if you are in this YouTube live? Just give it a thumbs up. Helps to get more people in here. Better questions we get, and it just helps to help everyone because more questions I get, the more that I can help you guys. So I appreciate that. Thanks for those thumbs up. How to start from China? Do you mean that you live in China or that you want to purchase inventory from China? My TikTok channel is called Official Ryan Hamilton, and my YouTube channel is called Amazon and eBay Guru. So if you want to go find me on the other platform that you're watching from, then that's how you can find it. I have about 57,000 followers on TikTok and about 11,000 subscribers here on YouTube. Feel free to ask any other questions that you guys may have. Once again, where's are you located in China or you want to buy from China? You okay, you live in China and you want to open it in the USA. Yeah, so you absolutely can. In order to sell on Amazon.com from anywhere else in the world, you're going to have to use prep centers and you're going to have to use the FBA program. So what you're going to do first is you're going to find products to sell. First things first. Obviously, very first things first is create an Amazon seller account. From there, then you are going to start finding products that you can sell, sorry, that you can sell by purchasing and reselling them from online retailers. After that, then you are going to need to find a prep center. Once you've found products to sell and you've contacted a prep center, then from the retailer, you're going to ship directly to the prep center And from the prep center, it will go to the fulfillment by Amazon warehouse that they tell you to send it to. You just send your labels and they will print the labels for you and they will attach it to the box. And then from there, then you're able to sell on Amazon.com. So that's how you can do it from China. Bro, when you click on add a product on Amazon and you search it and Amazon gives you option for selling it as new item, is it good to follow that option or we have to source a product for our Amazon store? Yeah, like absolutely. Like everything that I sell is piggybacked off of existing listings. So that's what you're meaning is like when you go to add a product, the product already exists. That's what I recommend doing is selling products that already are in Amazon's catalog. What is the minimum amount that I recommend to buy the first time? To buy the first time, if I recommend buying 1 to 3 units of that particular product. So whether the product is $10 or $50, that would depend. But I always say buy low quantities of the particular item first to make sure that it actually sells. Once it sells, then go and restock that inventory and just so you don't get stuck with inventory. That's the key. Can we copy other people's products on Amazon? Yes. Like it really depends what type of product you're talking about. Because if you're talking about private label products, you can still, I guess, copy them. I don't personally do private label or teach private label, but what I sell is I sell well-known products already. So absolutely, you can copy people who are already selling on Amazon that are selling already well-known products. Absolutely. Yeah, no problem, Waris. Thanks for being in here. Thoughts on print on demand? Um, yeah, my thoughts are that it's a lot harder than people think. I have a Amazon print on a demand account and I sold one thing on there, one of my own designs, and I am not artistic whatsoever. So that was kind of cool. I made like $1 profit, but that was like one of my most exciting sales was actually making that because somebody actually bought a shirt that I created the logo for or the what went on the shirt. But my thoughts are it's very difficult to make money on it. I'm asking because I copy other people product and got deactivated. I'm assuming you're talking about private label. And once again, as I said, I don't personally teach or recommend private label just because I personally tried it and I did not have success. So that's my reason for not recommending it. It's a lot of risk, a lot of upfront investment, and there's a chance that none of your inventory will sell. Do you need an Amazon seller account for print on demand? No, I think it was a completely separate registration, and then it took me a while to get actually approved for it, but I think it's separate. I'm not 100% on that though. How can we find profitable products manually for OA? I tried some tools but didn't get desired results. So please suggest me some suppliers for UK or let me know some technique to do so manually. Manual sourcing, I mean, manual sourcing is going to take you a lot of time, but it can be done. I recommend. I don't sell in the UK, so I don't have like UK retailers off the top of my head. But with that being said, go to your most popular retailers there, go onto their websites and then start comparing the prices of stuff that's on sale on these popular UK suppliers sites. Start comparing the prices to what Amazon UK is selling it for, and then that's how you can manually search it. So I would say ideally you want to go on to your top 10 stores in UK that you can buy from online and then start comparing the prices between Amazon UK and the retailer's price. From there, if you do find some products that will be profitable, then start purchasing them. That's what I would recommend. For private label, did you advertise? That's pretty important. I did not advertise. Um, with that being said, the products that I had were just terrible quality, and the few that did sell, they got like returned. And it didn't matter if I advertised or not. It was that product. Those two products that I did we're not going to succeed. So yeah, no, but I did not advertise. How do you get into selling on Amazon? Yeah. So to get into selling on Amazon, you're going to need to create an Amazon seller account. From there, you're going to need to start looking for which products you can purchase and resell profitably. What was your biggest purchase made after you started making a good income? Well, my original house or my Tesla Model 3 that I bought in 2019 that I paid cash for, but I don't have that vehicle anymore. I sold it and bought a new Tesla. But that was probably my biggest purchase other than a house, obviously. You have to pay monthly to sell on Amazon. You don't have to, but it is more ideal to pay for the professional account, which is I think around 30 or $40 per month. You have to do product research, get samples of the product and advertise. That's how people get money for private label. I did get product samples, and they seemed fine at the time. And then when I got the actual product, they weren't. So I did everything that I was supposed to, but just, it didn't work out. I did product research, everything like that. Do you have to pay monthly? Okay, I answered that. Am I in Canada or the United States? I am in Canada. Any wholesaler you recommend in Canada where we can buy bulk for Amazon? I don't personally do wholesale, so no, I don't have any recommendations on that. I am 100% online arbitrage. If you guys have any other questions. I'm in Nova Scotia. How do I get started in this? Yeah, so first things first, you're going to want to create an Amazon seller account. So you can go to sellercentral.amazon.com and create a Amazon seller account from there. After you've created the account, after you've become verified, then you will want to start looking for products to sell. So there's a link in my bio that will give you a 10-day free trial of a program called Tactical Arbitrage that will allow you to run searches of stores catalogs, and it will tell you which out of those stores, like say you want to search through Walmart, it will tell you um, out of there which products you can purchase and resell profitably. What do you think about electronics items? Yeah, I sell some electronics items. There's nothing wrong with them. They're good. Yep. How much for your course? It's 997 US dollars. Do you find living in Alberta with the low taxes really translates to more ROI? I don't. Do you mean like lower sales tax or lower like income tax? Because I haven't really noticed much of a difference from BC. Um, in terms of sales tax, yeah, it's nice that there's no PST, but I I was able to get all my PST back anyways, and I get my GST and HST back when it's items that are purchased for resale. So I don't notice too much of a difference. Do you think if you sourced from US, you would have had better quality products and been successful in private label? I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question. But with that being said, I personally stick to what I know and what I've had success with, which is online arbitrage. So that's what I'm not going to get back into private label. I don't think. You work in Alberta. Oh, awesome. Sales tax, I'm in BC. Figure the 7% difference would really add up. Yeah. So anything purchased for resale, anything purchased for resale is eligible to get your PST back. So when I was in BC, I had a PST number, and then I was able to, submit that to the BC provincial government and get that PST back. And then with some retailers, you can just give them your PST number, and then they'll just take it off right away. So in terms of that, no, I haven't noticed any difference just because I was able to get it back before. You offer a course. Yes, I do. It is in the first link in my bio, and it's called the FBA Freedom Course, and you can find it at fbafreedomcourse.com. It's 997 US dollars. Do you have any specific websites to find good supplies? Um, for like all my shipping supplies and stuff, I use Uline. Would you move to Cali? California would be cool to live in, but I don't know that I can move there. Both my wife and I are Canadian citizens and not American citizens, so I don't know that I could necessarily move there, but I like visiting there for sure. How do I take your course? Yeah, once again, it's you can go directly to it at fbafreedomcourse.com or it's the first link in my bio. Will I need to set up a company with a VAT number? No, you don't necessarily have to. You can just be a sole proprietorship. Mm. Okay, we're all caught up on questions, guys. If you have any other questions you think of, feel free to ask those. Can you use tactical arbitrage for eBay? Ye Technically, you could, in the sense of you can find products that are gonna be profitable on Amazon, and they're likely gonna be profitable on eBay too, but definitely double check. There's gonna be an additional step in there. But no, not specifically for eBay. Like, you can't compare Walmart prices to eBay prices. It doesn't work that way. It's only Walmart to Amazon or any retailer to Amazon. But you could technically use it for eBay. It's just there'd be an extra step. Are there brands you were restricted from selling? Yeah, there's a few, but I'm mainly ungated in almost everything. I'm confused with private label. I thought the idea was that others couldn't steal your product. Yeah, as I said, I don't do private label, so I'm not too up to date on what can be done about that. So, yeah. What's your most successful product? Over like my entire 9 years on Amazon, probably the Texas Instruments graphing calculators, just because I sold them for so many years. Some of my items listed on Amazon are not Prime shipping, even though Amazon has them. That's bizarre. I'm not sure why they wouldn't be Prime if they're fulfilled by Amazon. But you were telling us to sell other listings? Oh, I'm talking about products, not private label products. I'm talking about like online products you buy from online retailers. How were sales this week? Sales were solid this week, actually. How could I be successful in private label? As I said, I'm not sure. I don't do private label, and I never had success with it, so I can't go and recommend things to do because I didn't do it personally. How do you? Could I be successful selling the calculators today? Absolutely. It's actually one of the best things to start off with because it's an ungated product. How do you know what products a new Amazon seller will be allowed to sell? Ungating seems to be, yeah. So you just go to add a product in Seller Central, and then from there, it will tell you, like when you go to add that product, it'll tell you whether or not you can sell it. What is the general process of ungating brands? Yeah, I recommend using a brand ungating service if you are wanting to get ungated in specific brands or categories. Could my partner and I take the course and Skype together? Yeah, I don't see why not. You absolutely can. We're in. Awesome. Yeah, I look forward to working with you guys. That sounds great. Guys, let me know if you have any other questions. Is this the calculator? I got several of them in my garage. I should actually bring them out and show you guys all the different ones that I used to sell all the time. I had recently, well, not recently, but in the last 2 years, been buying a bunch of them to get them ready to sell on Amazon again. Then I just never did, and so I've got a bunch of those graphic calculators right now. I should just sell them, but kind of just sitting on a shelf in my garage right now. Thank you for all those likes. Wow, we're at 1,600 likes already. That's awesome. Hey, what's going on, Versatile? Can we hear some bad buy slash learning opportunity stories? Brad, have you heard the one about the robot dinosaurs that I bought? Does tactical arbitrage work for UK? Yes, it does. Daily live now? No, it just happened to be back to back, but I will not be on live this weekend. Well, maybe Sunday, but not on Saturday. Okay, so I did tell the story in my live yesterday, so bear with me if you guys already heard this, but yeah. So I'm not sure how many years ago it was, but it was several years ago. I purchased over 200 of these robot dinosaurs, thinking, okay, I'm basically able to sell most things. And I just didn't even check if I was eligible to sell it on Amazon. So I bought, over 200 of them. They showed up at my house at the time. And yeah, so I got over 200 of these robot dinosaurs. Go to sell them on Amazon. Sure enough, I'm gated in that brand. So next thing I know, I got a bunch of these and I can't send them into Amazon. So they're taking up space in my garage. What do I do? So I'm like, I can either return them to the retailer who's going to be really annoyed and probably not let me purchase from them. And it's actually a retailer that I purchase a lot from. So I'm like, I don't really want to do that and have them close my account or something. So I decided, okay, I'll keep them and I'll try to sell them on other marketplaces since I sell on, Best Buy, Walmart, eBay, stuff like that. So I've had those listed for like several years now, and I've sold through a lot of them, but I still have a bunch of them. So that was one of those learning moments when I was like, okay, I have to check every single time especially before I make large purchases, that I'm eligible to sell the product prior to purchasing it. And yeah, to this day, I got those robot dinosaurs in my garage. So that was a big learning curve for sure. What's the biggest mistake you made? Oh, that's a good question. Biggest mistake I made? I mean, I didn't make any super large mistake. I guess the big mistake that I made was not hiring virtual assistants sooner. So for several years prior to hiring virtual assistants, I was running the business completely by myself. And so I was working on tedious tasks and tasks that I didn't need to personally be working on if I would have been using virtual assistants. So I would say the fact that I didn't hire virtual assistants sooner would be something that was a mistake on my end. Yeah, no doubt. It's like to this day, I still got those. So yeah, good Christmas gifts for sure. And I hope they still work. They've been kicking around for a while now. So how do you find products to use Inventory Lab to source? I don't personally use Inventory Lab. How can you check if an item is ungated? Yeah, so you go to add a product right through Amazon Seller Central, and it will tell you whether or not you're eligible to sell that item. And if you are using tactical arbitrage can tell you as well. How much time would it take? uh, how much time would it take to get back, say, if I invested $5,000 in product to get that back? How much time? So I'm assuming your question is you buy $5,000 of inventory. How long will it take you to sell that $5,000 of inventory and get that money back? That's a very um, subjective question because it could be, it could be 1 month, it could be 6 months, it could be a year. It really depends on whether or not you made good or bad product purchases. With that being, most people sell through anywhere from 30 to 50% of their inventory per month if they're making good buys. So, I mean, as I said, it's very tough to answer that question, but as a rough estimate, you should be able to sell it within a few months for sure and get that back into your account. So if I'm based in a different country to where the market is, do I have to pay sales tax to my government or to the market country government? You'll have to discuss that with your accountant because certain countries have tax treaties and certain don't. So you got to really discuss that with your accountant. I did 100,000 in sales in the past 4 months, made $0 profit, mostly bought from leads list, and everything tanked, so margins were super low. Any advice to turn my business around hiring a VA this week? Well, congratulations on doing 100,000 in sales. I'm sorry that you didn't make any profit off that because but that's significant numbers you're putting up. So that is awesome. And that's great that you're hiring a virtual assistant. What can you do to turn your business around? Well, I think the best thing to do is constantly be running searches on tactical arbitrage and constantly be looking for new products, um, and really check the Keepa graphs to make sure that the product price has remained the same for quite some time prior to purchasing the stuff. So that's what I would recommend. And then also don't go too deep on any one product. Buy 1 to 3 to start, 1, 2, 3 units to start off with, and then once they sell, then of course restock that. Wow, it's not letting me ask questions finally. Oh my god. That's weird that it's not letting you ask questions. How much is needed to start excluding course cost? Yeah, so I recommend starting with at least $1,000 to invest in inventory, and then ideally you're going to want another about $500 for programs like tactical arbitrage and other stuff that I recommend. How do you manage to get enough inventory to make this work? To make this worth it. I'm having a hard time. Yeah, I mean, when I have found a replenishable item, that's your ideal goal as an Amazon seller in the online arbitrage space is to find products that you can restock and constantly replenish. So once you found enough of those, I have like at least 15 that I'm constantly restocking, and that helps to make up the majority of my sales is the replenishable items. Um, how do you manage? Okay, how many employees do you have? So I have working on the actual business physically is just me and my wife, and then I have five virtual assistants that work for me, and they are all located in the Philippines. How precise is tactical arbitrage on picking a winning product, or is it still just guessing? So, um, So yeah, tactical arbitrage is great. There's obviously a lot of times there's going to be mismatches, which it means the product that they're finding or comparing it to does not match the product that they're pulling up. So there definitely is mismatches. But with that being said, there's a lot of times that you can find really good profitable products on tactical arbitrage. Also, do you ever buy stuff at Walmart to send to Amazon FBA? Yes, absolutely. And um, I you can't ship it directly from Walmart to Amazon FBA. You have to ship it to either a prep center or to your house first. Um, what's the easy way to list an item on Amazon doing arbitrage? So to list it, you're going to piggyback off of an existing listing. So you're going to go to Seller Central, then you're going to go to add a product, and then you're just going to put in your price and stuff like that, and then go save product, and that's about as easy as it gets to list an item easily on Amazon. For replenishable items, are these items you find at normal price that sell for more on Amazon? Yes, most times they are. Because obviously with sales items, they're on and off sale all the time. How do you know how product to buy when selling so you don't buy too much and lose money? I'm at the point now in my business where I can basically buy any quantity I want and not be too worried about that losing money because I've, refined the way that I search for stuff and know exactly what to buy, especially with items that I sell like thousands of, then I'll basically buy as many as I possibly can. But of course, you need to check the sales rank, you need to check the monthly sales, stuff like that. Gotta run. Thanks for helping us. Hey, yeah, thanks for being in here. I appreciate it. What tasks do your five VAs do? Customer service and returns. Yeah, so my VAs, so as I said, I have five of them. Two of them do product sourcing through tactical arbitrage. One does my bookkeeping. One does my account management, which includes customer service and whatnot. And then one manages all the four other employees. Do you use the listing from the company you are ungated from? The 2 times I have tried, my products got taken down. Yes, but not like, ideally, you don't wanna ever purchase products that are already being sold by that retailer. So if, say, like Yeti, for example, like I got this Yeti mug right here, um, or water bottle, you do not wanna sell Yeti on Amazon. Reason being is Amazon or Yeti themselves actually are an Amazon seller. So you don't wanna sell items where the brand is already selling them. Um, Does Walmart limit how much you can buy at once? Yeah, a lot of times they do, but what they don't limit is how many times you can place that order. So if they have like a limit of 10, keep placing orders for limited for 10 and they still ship them out. Thank you for doing this. You're an amazing resource for us starting up. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. What sales rank is too high for you to take the risk? It really depends on the category. I give actually a table out in my course that tells you what rank you should be looking on per category because it really depends on the category. What is your top selling item? I mean, probably my top selling item right now is either in the toys category or in the small appliance category. I sell a lot of KitchenAid mixers, stuff like that. My niche with selling on Amazon is high value products. So, um, my average sales per order item over the last year is about $250. So, that's the average price that I sell on Amazon. Wait, how hard was it to set up the VAs? Not too hard for me because I just gave them access to my course and then they were able to go through that, so I didn't have to train them too much, which was nice. That's the beauty of having a course created. Um, how to analyze how much it sells so you know how much to buy? What do you suggest? What you suggest if I have 10K to start with? What sources do you use for monthly sales software? Software do you use to check? So, in the link in the description, there's a program called BuyBot Pro. Check that one out, and then also Tactical Arbitrage. If you have 10K to invest, I recommend diversifying yourself on multiple different products and look for products around $100 for if you have 10K to invest. Do you check Keepa to see what the price was for a full year? So this way you can choose what to sell. Not necessarily a full year, but definitely at least 3 to 6 months. So it's more relevant numbers. What software do you use to check monthly sales, etc.? Okay, yeah. So BuyBot Pro or Tactical Arbitrage, you can get a free trial of Tactical Arbitrage in the link in my bio. What's better, BuyBot or Tactical? Tactical Arbitrage for sure. Amazon just cut my restock limit. I have 847 items at my Amazon. My new limit is 393. Those limits are so annoying. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Thankfully, my limits are like 10,000 and stuff. I've been lucky with that, but yeah, that sucks. Do you recommend I purchase the option to allow the VAs access to the course? You definitely can. It'll give you 5 different logins. So then your VAs can have access and you don't have to train them personally. And then you essentially get the course for $500 per person. So it's really up to you. If you want to just train your virtual assistants, then just go with the 997 option and then you can train them. If you want it to be more hands off and have them go through my course personally, then you get 5 different logins. So totally up to you. What's an item that hasn't sold for you? I'm not sure if you were here earlier, but I bought a bunch of over 200 of these robot dinosaurs, and then I wasn't eligible to sell it. So that's something that didn't sell for me or that has taken a very long time to sell. How on earth do you find thousands of items to sell? So I don't sell thousands of different items. I sell about 100 different SKUs, but I purchase in large quantities. So that's how I get to like the large sales numbers that you see on my page. I've done over 500,000 so far this year just on Amazon.com. Thank you for all those likes. We're at almost 3,000 likes, guys. And if you guys are in the YouTube live, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That would be awesome. Any suggestions how to analyze a graph when a VA sends me products so I know how much to buy? Yeah, I mean, you want to look for stuff that is really like a pretty flat line so that it's not going constantly up and down. Hey, what's going on, Corey? Maritime Marketplace. How's it going? Good to see you in here. Um, Guys, if you guys want to order anything from the East Coast, go check out Maritime Market. I think it's Maritime Marketplace, but his handle here is Maritime Market. Go check it out. He sells all sorts of cool stuff from the East Coast. So go check out his page, maritimemarket.ca. Okay, maritimemarket.ca. So yeah, go check that out, guys, if you want to get some cool products from the East Coast. I placed an order from Corey and got like some really good pepperoni, and I know he just sent me something that they're selling like cool like chocolate bars and stuff that you can't get anywhere else. So go check that out, guys. How do you get your stuff shipped back? Does Amazon send it directly back to you, or you ship it to your Canadian prep center that has a US location? So, yeah, for me personally, if it's in Canada, it comes directly back to my house, and if it's in the United States, then it goes back to my prep center's address in the US, and then they bring it back across the border for me. Yeah, no worries. Screech, uh, Screech coffee, Screech chocolate. Okay, somebody else knows some of your products. That's awesome. Have you ever tried to sell clothing? How did it go for you? I've tried it, but I never had success with clothing. It's just there's too many variations, so I didn't have a lot of success with it. So the price has to be a flag line. That's all. Ideally, yeah, you want the price to remain pretty steady, so that you're going to know that the product's going to sell at the price that it's currently at. Screech is a booze used by newbies when they screech you and make you kiss a codfish. Oh, see, I've never heard that. That's interesting. So you only sell products that are not name brand? No, I only sell products that are name brand. Everything that I sell is already well-known products. What's the easiest way to get ungated? I mean, the easiest is to pay for an ungating service, but definitely not ideal. There is a ungating service that I recommend in the link in my bio if you are interested, but ideally you want to find, products that you can purchase that you don't have to use the ungating service for. How did I get started with Amazon? Yeah, so I got started 9 years ago. I was previous to selling on Amazon, I was selling hockey tickets on StubHub, and I was selling stuff on eBay. And at that time, I was always interested in buying and selling stuff. I was always and actually before I started selling on Amazon, I was buying a lot of stuff from AliExpress and then selling it to the guys that I used to work with. So and making, $10 profit on each thing that I was selling. So then I came across Amazon one day and I was like, you know what? I'll give this a try. So I signed up, started selling those Texas Instruments graphing calculators, and made a little bit of money off of that, and then just constantly reinvested my profits and continued to grow the business. And yeah, now it's got to a point where over the last 5 years, I haven't had to work another job. So that's been awesome. Any other software you use beside tactical arbitrage that could help us? Yeah, Buybot Pro is a good one that you can use as well. So you should only sell products that are not name brand? Oh, sorry, I already answered that. Do you look for products that the brand doesn't have Amazon? Since you said it isn't good if a brand is already selling. I mean, if the brand itself has like an Amazon store, like I said with Yeti, Yeti is like called like Yeti authorized dealer or something to that effect. So yeah, avoid products that the actual brand is selling on. If Amazon's selling it, that's not the end of the world. Have you tried drop shipping wholesale? How did it work out? I've never drop shipped wholesale. I did drop ship previously from online retailers, and it was great, but now it's not allowed on Amazon. So I made a lot of money doing drop shipping, but now it's not allowed. So it's against Amazon's terms of service, so I highly don't recommend it. How do you get unlocked to sell brands? Well, me personally, I've been grandfathered in to be like ungated in nearly everything just because I've been selling on here for so long. But for new sellers, I recommend either using an ungating service or finding some sort of wholesaler that they can purchase from. I don't personally do wholesale, but if you can find a wholesaler that you can purchase from that will give you an invoice, then you just need to purchase at least 10 units and you can get ungated that way. So you're not buying from wholesalers or you buy the actual brand from the actual brand and sell them on Amazon. No, I'm buying only from online retailers. So Walmart, Best Buy, places like that, Indigo, Chapters, which is the same thing, Target, stuff like that, is where I'm purchasing from. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. I'll be on for about 10 more minutes. So um, feel free to ask any last minute questions. I'll get those answered for you. And then I have to head off. Does gated mean I, as a seller on Amazon, can't be a retailer of particular branded products? If you're gated, it doesn't mean that you can't sell it. It just means you can't sell it at this point. If you if you're gated in a product and then you get ungated, then you'll be eligible to sell it. So it doesn't mean you can't sell it forever. It just means that you're currently gated or not able to sell it. Thank you. Could you please repeat the other software you use beside Tactile Arbitrage? I did not get it. It's called Buybot Pro. Buybotpro. How long is your course? Yeah, so my course has several different modules. You can go through it at your own pace. You get lifetime access to it. So just go to FBAfreedomcourse.com, scroll down, and then you can see the entire curriculum. There's one, two, three, four, five, six different modules that you go through. Yes, I am, Corey. I'm still offering it, and yeah, it's a great way to learn how to sell on Amazon FBA because you're learning directly from someone who has built the business from the ground up. Do you get ungated for items over time naturally? You said you were grandfathered in. Um, no, I don't know that that's necessarily a thing anymore. Um, from the master. Yeah, thanks, Corey. Hey, 702, what's going on? Hey, that was awesome. I was in your live earlier today, so that was great. Seeing you get your FBA shipments all packed up, that was awesome. Those barbecue sauces you got a good deal on. But yeah, David, to answer your question, no, I don't necessarily think that it's something that continues to happen. I just got in at the right time. Yeah, no worries. What's a good ROI? A good ROI is about 30%. The higher the better, of course, but 30 is good to look for. You need to step up your game? No, you're doing awesome. Guys, about 5 more minutes, so, let me know if you have any last-minute questions. Thank you for helping us. Yeah, no worries. Thank you for being in my live. I appreciate it. What is a good tip? Constantly reinvest your profits into additional inventory. It will allow you to scale the business. If you never reinvest your profits, it's going to be difficult to ever scale the business, especially if you're starting with like a lower amount of money. If you start with $1,000, you're never going to scale the business unless you reinvest those profits. So the more that you can reinvest into additional inventory, the faster you'll be able to scale the business, the faster you'll be able to grow the business, the more money that you'll make. Should we have an LLC for the store? No, you do not need one. You could start as a sole proprietor, Ben. And Ben, as far as I know, you purchased my course yesterday, so thank you so much. And I'm not sure if it's you and your wife, um, or not, but did you guys happen to pay for a? Um, you did. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for signing up. I appreciate that. Um, did you and your wife happen to be the people who reached out to me with regards to purchasing an Amazon automation store that you had lost a bunch of money in? I'm trying to remember if that was you guys or not, because I did provide the name of a lawyer to someone, and I was just curious if it was you, did you ever get that money back? Is it required LLC in Canada to start FBA? No. In Canada, there's no LLC. It's you can be like incorporated, but no, you don't need you can be sole proprietorship, absolutely. Okay, so that was you guys. Okay, so did you ever end up using that lawyer, or and if yes, did you ever get that money back? No problem, no problem. And Ben, if you have any questions along the way as you're going through the course, just shoot me an email. Any questions that you have that either you guys have, and um, and then I'll do my best to help you guys through that. So that's awesome. The lawyer talked to initially, but have not responded to multiple calls and emails to her. That is really odd. I'm very surprised by that. They do have like a 24-hour line, but yeah, because I hope you guys are able to get that money back. But that's frustrating that they're not responding to you. What do you think a middle of the road high ticket sale would be to go after? Middle of the road high ticket. I mean, middle of the road high ticket be probably about $150. Course is great. I can vouch for it, and Ryan answers questions. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Tony. How many returns do you have out of 100? Usually two, maybe 1 to 2. Hopefully less. Thanks for being honest and helping all us grasshoppers out. Yeah, no worries. Thank you. Thank you for being in here. Guys, I got about 2 more minutes. I'll take 5 more questions, and then I am heading off for the evening. Any last questions that you guys have? Feel free to ask those. For your high value items being returned, do they ever get returned in unsellable condition? Yes, all the time, unfortunately. But yes, high value items get returned in unsellable condition, and that's just part of the nature of the business. Did I get banned from chat? Doesn't let me? No, you didn't get banned. That's so weird. I know someone else was saying that earlier that they couldn't chat or whatever, but I did not ban you, don't worry. What happens to those items? Like, what do I do? Right now I have 2 storage lockers, one 300 square foot, one 200 square foot, and they are like full of items that I have to go through. Once I stop spending so much time on here, then on these lives and making videos, then I'll be able to go to those storage lockers and deal with those, yeah, all the returned items that I have. do you get all the returned items sent back to me? So if I sell an item in Canada, it gets returned in Canada, then I get it directly to my house. That's like the one thing that I do receive at my own house is the returns. If it's sold in the United States, then I get it sent back to a prep center, and my prep center brings it back across the border for me and drops it off at my house, which then I take to the storage locker. Yes, it was doing that on TikTok. I had to restart to be able to chat. That's weird. Yeah. Um, Amazon fees high. What is the percentage they're taking each listing? Anywhere, like it's usually around 15 to could be as high as 25%, depending if you're using the FBA program and stuff. The few people that were on my live after you left all had nothing but good things to say about you. Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear. I appreciate you sharing that. When's the next live? It'll probably be Monday or Tuesday. You're doing something right. Hey, thank you. It's 702. I appreciate that. All right, guys, I am heading off. I will see you guys next time. My next live will probably be on Monday or Tuesday. Hit the bell icon to get notified when I do come on live, and I'll see you guys next time. I heard